All right, welcome back to Golf Subpar. Sleaze, we made it. We survived the WM Phoenix Open.
One more year down in the books. We're here. We're still ticking. That's all I can ask for.
Whew, thank God it's over. Hope everybody made a boatload of money on the Super Bowl last night. I did not, but I know our guys over at Fanatics had a great time down at the Super Bowl. And when you bet, you win or you lose. But with Fan Cash, that's not exactly true anymore. With Fanatics Sportsbook, you earn Fan Cash back on each bet, win or lose. Fan Cash unlocks the world of Fanatics. Flip it into bonus bets, new team apparel on Fanatics.com, and so much more. Download the Fanatics Sports app and start earning Fan Cash today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts residents call 800-327-5050. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland residents visit mdgamblinghelp.org. And we got our season-long contest going too. We'll update that when we get to our picks for this week's Genesis Invitational. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just saying, I'm 1-0 so far.
I am 0-1.
All right.
Sahith.
Well,
Way
I'll
to
tell
go.
you this. I went 0 for 2
We rally.
on the Super Bowl last night.
Same.
If you had the Chiefs in the under, you were with me and you lost.
Absolutely. I'd say that I got home. Phoenix Open ended as early as it ever has. Shout out Thomas Dietschy for putting that thing to bed and not going to a playoff. Got home. I was like, dude, I might actually make kickoff. Almost did. Got there for the start of the second possession of the game. Made it about 3 plays. Eyes went down. Woke up at halftime right before the Kendrick show and found out it was 24-0. And then from that point on, it was the worst. It was the biggest dud of a game of a Super Bowl I've ever watched. And I slept through half of it, which is a problem.
What happened to the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line? I mean, Patrick Mahomes was running for his life the entire game through 2 rather bad interceptions. The first one especially that was a pick 6. But
Cooper.
I watched with a bunch of Chiefs fans. It was rather quiet this year over at the house.
I'm not super shocked that they lost. Kansas City's been playing close games all year. I am surprised they just got absolutely boat raced. I mean, that thing was not in question. There was no point in that game where I was like, KC might make a move right here. This could be turned into a game. It was a bludgeoning, and the score doesn't even reflect how big of a pounding it was. It ended up being 40-22. It was like, it was never that close.
They had like 23 yards in the first half.
I mean, yeah, it was. I was like, where's the team I've been watching for the last 3 years that just first down? Dude, they picked up a first down on their first play and then get another one the entire half.
Yeah, they had, I think, at 4 minutes left in the third quarter, they had 1 play in Philadelphia territory.
Yeah, they were doing
for the
nothing.
entire game.
And Mahomes was just running for his life. They weren't even blitzing. I was like, how'd they crack the code? How'd they do that? And by the way, Saquon, if you'd have said before the game, hey, Saquon, what do you have, 57 yards or something? Under 60, 70 yards? Do the Eagles win? You said no chance. And they didn't just win, they destroyed him. Maybe Saquon's been holding back the offense, one could argue.
Okay. Well, I guess congrats to Philly. That pains me to say. I do have to give a shout out to my buddy on Instagram, Anthony. I lost a bet to him. Cool dude. Eagles won. Whatever. Football's over.
You got Cowboys to look forward to next year. Next year's your year.
Yeah, Jerry's already saying we're going to be back. We're going to be in the Super Bowl with our
I have never heard that before, so I believe it.
Coordinator promoted to head coach that I didn't even know was on the staff.
Dak, with his Super Bowl prediction from last year,
Yeah.
just short.
But what a boring Super Bowl, honestly. I know I'm not a big fan of both teams. I definitely don't want Philly to win, but I mean, they just dominated them. It sucked.
I feel like the matchup
too.
wasn't, I don't think, unless you're one of the fans of one of the teams, wasn't one people were dying for. We just saw this version of the Super Bowl, and then the game itself is just like, football is over, dude. We enter a darkness right now. We got golf, college. I mean, there's some stuff, but then it was a long time before another kickoff, and to end it like that with just zero interest, brutal way to go, and going down in flames gambling too.
Yeah, tough one. All right, let's get to the WM Phoenix Open. Thomas Dietschy, been a guest on the pod, so another win for Subpar. But this is a guy, I think we've just been waiting for him to break out. He's got one of the most beautiful swings in the game, plays extremely fast, was a stud in college. You know, it just took him a little while to get going. I think the one thing he really needed to work on was his attitude. He can get a little fiery out there, which I don't mind. It's fun to watch. But he put on a clinic down there. I mean, to go out with that big of a lead on Sunday and to play the way he did, to look like he'd done it 100 times, it was special, man.
There were some guys trying to make a move. I mean, Scottie Scheffler there for a minute, like, here he comes. He's going to end up doing it. He was like 4 under quick, had a little bunny on 9 to go to 5. Missed that, and then had a terrible back 9. But then Daniel Berger was making moves. He was making birdies, and like he never never flinched. The only time I thought, oh, this could get interesting was after the 3-putt on 13. Berger makes birdie. It's like 3 shots with this stretch coming home. Like, that's very doable. Then Berger chips in on the next hole to stay 3 back. And I was like, this could go. This might be what he needed. And then Dietrich, 355 down the middle, 7-iron, middle of the green, 2-putt, and then damn near hoops it on 16. Dirt nap for everyone. That was a hell of a... I did not see him running away with that thing at the start of the day.
I didn't really either. I mean, especially with Scottie Scheffler. Justin Thomas was up there as well. Jordan Spieth looking to bounce back after surgery and get a win. Awesome to see him playing really well. But I was out there Saturday morning. Some people in the crowd were like, what do you think? Who's going to win? Dietrich at the time had a 2-shot lead heading into the third round. I was like, this guy's not going to go away. Like, he's the real deal. I really think he's got a great chance of winning this. I did not expect him to win by 7, like you said, but to birdie the last 4 on Sunday, that shot on 16 that's one of the hardest hole locations out there. We see so many guys scared of going long. They just come up 40 feet short and 2-putt. He just went ahead and hit it to a foot.
Yeah, I would have bet a lot of money the ball doesn't get pin high. I would take a club that doesn't reach the right bunker, dump it out there, 2-putt, keep it moving. No. And then he birdied 17 and 18 for a runaway. Nice way to get your first win. I'll tell you what, like, he's going to be a name. They're already talking about it for the Ryder Cup later this year. And when you look at Europe's squad with the guys that are kind of rounding out their back half, they've always had monsters at the top, but it's kind of like, are they deep enough, to play with the U.S.? Here comes Dietrich, if he can even have a semblance of this form. Sepp Straka is probably playing the best golf of his life. And Nikolai Højgaard, who was on the team last year, playing good. And then now his brother's coming in the mix playing good golf too. Like, that squad's rounding in a nice form. And if they're opening it up to the LIV guys too, you're going to have those fellas back.
Don't forget about Robert McIntyre.
Juicy.
Either.
Yeah.
Who won 2 national opens last year, won the Canadian Open and the Scottish Open. He's coming. Yeah, I looked this morning at Fanatics over at the Sportsbook app. USA is minus 145 to win the Ryder Cup. So they know. Like, it's going to be tight.
Yeah, it's going to get juicy. Also, shout out Fanatics, the Caddy tournament on Monday at Grass Clippings. Home run. Had a great time. 10K cash, 10K from Fanatics for the winners. We split it 6-3-1 for first, second, third. Michael Cromie, Brian Hughes are your champions in a shootout.
Nice
nonetheless, a 1-chip shootout for all the marbles.
I heard the chip,
Cromie hit it stiff.
I heard the chip you picked was rather interesting.
Yeah, it was. There was it was the most. I mean, you just have to hit a good shot. He hit it to like 2 feet.
Yeah.
Good
job.
Georgia player, by the way.
Yeah,
solid player.
But very nice job with that. Also, Thunderbirds, everybody at the WM Phoenix Open, awesome job. It seems like no hiccups this year. The crowds were huge. They were rowdy, but not too rowdy. It was awesome week. Got to give Chance Cosby, Matt Mooney a shout out for all their hard work. The concerts were incredible. Nickelback, you won the week. Y'all were amazing. It was so much fun. I went to every single show, and Nickelback, hands down, was the winner for me, followed by Luke Bryan, Jelly Roll, and then Tiesto finished a very distant 4th.
Yeah, Tiesto. That's I'm officially too old for all that stuff. Although people do tend to like it. Nickelback. There are a lot of dudes in Abercrombie, Doc Martens, and Puka Shells just reliving the old glory days with him. The concerts were awesome. Luke Bryan, maybe my highlight. I thought Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, honestly, at the concert at Coliseum,
I didn't get to go to that.
Was pretty good. But just a clean run for the week as a whole. Exactly the kind of week we needed after last year, where we heard what was being said. We took all the feedback, made a ton of changes, and it went off without a hitch. Also helps when it's 74, sunny, and blowing 0 the entire week. I mean, you couldn't have had a better week, honestly.
It was fun, man. I had a blast on 16 on Saturday with Amanda calling the golf. Had some fun ones in there, a couple little zingers. Upset a few people, but whatever.
Yeah.
But it was awesome, man. No hole in one this year. On Saturday, did see Emiliano Grillo make one on Friday, which was sick. Flew it right in the hoop, spun around, and dropped. What a cool moment that was. But I thought it was interesting listening to Jim Nantz during the broadcast. He threw out an idea about changing the green at 16 to where there's more of a bullpen, kind of like 16 at Augusta, where the anticipation builds. Get those balls to land on the slope, and then, as it starts slowly working its way, the crowd starts to get going a little bit. The buzz is going. I think it would be awesome. I think it's a brilliant idea. And would be a lot of fun for that hole.
Yeah, he pitched that idea the morning before we went on the broadcast, like the whole Thunderbird. He's like, look, I'm going to make a suggestion. And after he got done talking, they took questions. One of them said, we love that idea. You got to read the bylaws. If you suggest it and we do it, you pay for it. And he said, you know what? He would go ahead and do it. So Jim, be expecting the invoice, but it'd be sick. It wouldn't take much. It needs one slope for one hole location, front left. You could do it front right too. I think you go front left and just, I mean, all you want on that hole, everything. It's like hole in one or bust. And the moments that there have been hole in ones are go crazy. I don't hate it at all. And it wouldn't take like a full green redo. Just a little sliver.
I think it's a genius idea. I'm all for it. I almost kind of want the slope to work to the right, kind of work over towards that GA section where all the guys that
Where
really
it gets
go
rowdy.
crazy.
Yeah, that right side's nice. You can hear
That
a
could
lot.
be cool.
You can hear a lot.
But
I give
awesome
props
week, man.
real quick to Shooter McGavin.
Yeah,
who's
of
a
course.
staple at the event, always shows up. This year, how about Saturday morning? He shows up at like just after 6 a.m. People are the Stampedes waiting to go out there. He talks to everyone, wearing his gold jacket in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, you got Happy Gilmore too coming out, but Shooter was in the house, was taking pictures, doing all this stuff. He's really good with all the fans and the walking by and, hey, can I get a picture and all that. He pretty much does it every time. But that was a fun little deal early on Saturday.
Yep, that was cool. That was part of our opening on CBS, was him out there with all the guys getting ready to run. But man, it was a hell of a week. Congratulations to everyone involved. Thank God it's only once a year because I'm exhausted.
I'm a wreck, if I'm being honest. I'm holding on by a thread.
Let's get to some picks this week for the Genesis Invitational. Sad news, Tiger Woods withdrew this morning. Was looking to tee it up at his tournament and decided he's not ready to go. And with the passing of his mom and everything going on, he is going to sit this one out. But thoughts and prayers to him and his family. I know it's a tough time right now. We were looking forward to seeing him out there at the Genesis, but we'll have to wait. Hopefully maybe Bay Hill players, something before the Masters. But
bad news, no Tiger. Good news, hello Mark Hubbard, who was staying with Joel Damon this week and woke up, wasn't expecting to be in, woke up, saw Tiger was out, he was in. There you go, Hubs.
20
this is
million,
your moment
no
to shine. Yeah, that's a nice one to wake up to.
that is very nice. And I got to give a shout out to Justin Thomas for his little birdie eagle finish to get me a backdoor top 10. My Fanatics bet of the week last week, I had Justin Thomas plus 140 for a top 10. Finished T6. Thank you, my friend.
That was his backdoor gets. Hell of a finish.
Up 140, down 100,
yeah,
$240.
Had Sahith.
Yeah.
Was hoping for it.
Didn't play great.
Didn't have his best stuff. It's okay. We still love you.
All right.
See you soon.
Well, we got a loaded field out here at the Genesis Invitational. And would you like me to fire off?
Yeah,
my
go ahead. You
thing?
have the honor. You're the only one that won.
What we're going to do all season long, we're just going to pick our favorite golf bet of the week. It can be anything. It can be top 10, matchups, win outright, whatever you want to do. We're going to keep a tally the whole year and settle it up at the end and do something fun. But for me, this is a little juicy. I'm going another top 10 play. Plus 400.
Okay. Talk to me.
The man just won at this golf course. He's lost in a playoff at this golf course. He's finished third at the U.S. Open here. Harris English is plus 400 for a top 10. Got a nice week of rest this past week. Heading back out to a golf course he loves. Give me Harris English plus 400 top 10.
I don't hate it. I mean, it sucks that it's not at Riviera, I would say maybe one of, if not the best venue on the PGA Tour. But if you're Harris English and they're like, oh, you're moving to Torrey? Hello, sweetheart. That worked out pretty nice. All right, I'm going to go complete recency bias here. And I'm going to take everything into consideration that just happened and assume that it will happen going forward. I'm going Thomas Dietrich, top 20.
Okay.
Plus 170.
Wow. Hell of a win.
If he can drive it anywhere close to like he was this past week, or really just have any semblance of what we just saw this past week, I don't hate that top 120. He just boat raced all these people. And it could be hello world time for Thomas Dietrich because talent-wise, special. That golf swing's he's like a little baby Adam Scott, dude. Good looking dude, best golf swing in the world, talented, nice. Yeah. Top 20 plus 170.
All right.
I'll go.
Make sure you go download the Fanatics Sportsbook app and follow along with us all season long. All right, our guest this week. What a beauty. The Texan, my man Ryan Palmer, joins us. I got to tell you a quick story about Saturday real quick. This obviously happened after we filmed it. So Saturday, found out he lost a bet to Michael Collins. Season sweep Eagles Cowboys. So Ryan had to wear a Jalen Hurts jersey on 16 on Saturday. Okay, the jersey was hideous, but he rocked it. He paid up his bet. And Ryan always wraps a bunch of golf balls, as he tells us.
The money balls.
Puts $15 in there because beers are $12, $3 tip. Says, have a beer on me. Well, he threw one at me, which I caught it. Obviously, took it.
Of course,
Great,
hands.
free beer.
You like Cooper?
Well, not only did he have to give away some money and wear that heinous jersey, he proceeded to make a double bogey 5 on the hole on Saturday. And we showed every shot of it on CBS. But he was a good sport, man. I felt horrible for him right there. But man, that was a tough one. But Ryan Palmer, He's one of the best dudes in the game.
He sure is. We got a great conversation with him. And yeah, that's just when he looks back on his career, like, what was the shittiest experience on 16? That'll be it.
Yeah. I mean, just played ping pong back and forth.
It'll be memorable. Yeah.
And looked terrible doing it in that jersey.
You can't expect he's not going to make tweet in a Jalen Hurts jersey.
Good point. All right. Here's Ryan Palmer on Golf Subpar.
All right. It is a pleasure to have a man entering his 25th year of professional golf, over 500 career starts on the PGA Tour, sweet swinging Texan, 4 PGA Tour wins, the pride of Amarillo, Texas. Ryan Palmer. Welcome.
Amarillo.
Welcome.
Amarillo.
Yeah.
Depends how you want to say it.
25 years? You're old, dude.
It kind of makes you sound like you're old, that intro, but it was more like a testament of how good you've been for a long time.
I go with old.
It's funny, Shannon.
And also old.
They made it up. I'm actually 2. I'm either 22 years on tour or 2 years away from Champions Tour.
Yeah.
Depends how you want to look at it. But no, it's hard to believe 25 years. 22nd year on the PGA Tour, and
It's been a hell of a run.
That's a run.
it's been fun. No, it's been blessed. Been fortunate to be healthy. That's been the biggest thing. But also just I've kind of just plugged along the way I wanted to, and I've had a lot of help and great teaching as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that teaching and everything, but I want to go back to the earlier days. Started at North Texas, then you went down College Station, Texas A&M. But one thing I think our listeners love hearing, and I know Sleaze does, is you played some Jicky Jacks when you first got going. Hooters Tour and Adams Tight Lies Tour.
Which that's OG stuff.
Which should have been called the Chad Campbell Tour.
It was.
Back in the day. But you got any stories from back in the mini tour days?
Yeah, I remember I turned pro in 2000 of May, and then played some Adams Tight Lies that summer. But then Chad was already dominating the Hooters Tour. I think he actually gave up a year on the buy.com, whatever the name was then. He didn't take that membership because he stayed on the Hooters Tour because they paid him $100,000 to play another year.
And he won every
single week.
But,
wow, I didn't know that.
14 weeks I spent on the Hooters Tour. Me and James, who caddied for me for 20 plus years, James Evanson, and 2 of his teammates, Chris Morris, and then Chris James is another guy. We all roomed together. So four guys in a hotel room week after week playing the Hooters Tour. Best part about the Hooters Tour, they gave us a 50 off card.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
A lot of wings and
you
cold
can imagine what that
I
meant
bet
to.
that worked out for them, though, economically.
No, we had some good times on the Hooters Tour, obviously, and then playing the Adams Tight Lies Tour. And I guess my one story on the mini tour days is my final year, I won 4 times. Won 80,000 plus. I made every cut out of 15 events, and they had these crazy points. And somehow I finished second in the points.
Winning 4 times.
4 times, making every cut.
Who won?
To
I think
Mark
you got
Walker.
screwed.
Mark Walker.
Oh, newest
Played
Champions
a lot of
Tour.
chicks with
James,
Mark Walker,
James
by the way.
always gives me grief. Like, the one thing you're still pissed at is because you didn't win Player of the Year that year. I go, that's right. I mean,
Mark Walker, the sneakiest. Like, if you just watch him hit balls on the ring, like, this is the guy that's shooting so many low scores. Then he goes out there and shoots numbers.
he's a gambling fool at home. We played a lot of golf together, but he still plays well, obviously. And I guess he got his card.
Got his Champions Tour card. Just top 5 out here in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Been at it a long time.
Yeah, no, he's a long time. So that's good. You talk about a traveler of it all and been through it all. And he, obviously, the mini tour, you can call him probably a mini tour king.
He's a Jicky. He's probably on the Mount Rushmore of the Jicks. He's Ted Potter was doing the same thing over there on the. So the winner's check at that time was what, 20
grand?
That's nice.
A year.
Those don't exist anymore. More or less.
I don't even know what they are now.
Yeah, you play
There's
for
not
20
really
million
any
on
mini
tour. Now
tours.
mini tours are gone.
There is no mini tour. You got to go to Canada or Latin America, which you got to go to Q school to get, and that's why like people don't have a way. Like for you when you started, same with me. It's like my whole goal is like make enough money to keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it now.
So you made 80,000 that year. You break about even.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, we had some fun. We had some fun. Obviously, the mini tours traveled through the Gulf Coast cities and all that fun stuff. So
I feel like the mini tour is like rodeo life. You're like you watch 8 Seconds. Those guys traveling together, one car, sleeping in the hotel room.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt that, and casino tour too.
Yeah.
There's a lot. You run through a lot of those, but yeah, there's definitely the traveling together. Like I said, we had 4 in a room each week. So yeah, you can imagine how that goes for a week long.
Yeah, high score gets the floor. There's all kinds of shit. There needs to be like a docu-series or a reality show or whatever made about it because it's
If you could
It'd be good. It's some of every guy, no matter what they've done, comes back. It's like, dude, my mini tour days
I
were
think
the
in
most
life of the
fun.
mini tour would be more entertaining than some of the Netflix stuff.
100% it would. But the problem is the mini tours just aren't what they used to be.
I don't know where they are anymore.
I mean, you got guys sleeping in their car. I mean, Joel Damon told a great story on here about how he locked his clubs in the trunk of his car before the final round when they couldn't get them. He's like, I'm just not going to go. And his now wife's like, no, you're going. Got a rental set, shot 63.
Yeah, assistant pro. He said like regular flex driver. By the way, I went on a date with his now wife that night. How about that? Yeah. But there's so many good ones.
No, it was a crazy world. And then of course 02 Q School, and made it through and played nationwide. It was nationwide then in 03.
Yeah, and, I know. 517 events, I believe, on the PGA Tour. When you hear that number, like, how proud are you of that? Because I don't think just people just do that math at home. If you average 20 events a year, that is a long time being on the PGA Tour, having to earn your way each and every year.
Yeah, I never really sat back and really thought about it. But after it happened last year at the Cognizant Classic, and then, when I talk about it and people bring it up, I sit back and just kind of and look back at my career and think about it, and proud of myself. Yes. So, one thing I never did was steer of what I wanted to do. The way I always say it is I did it my way. I practiced the way I wanted to, never chased club deals, never chased swings. I had my way of practicing, my way of training and playing the game. And I used to be the biggest hooker of the golf ball till about 15 when I started hitting a little cut with the driver. So, but I just never changed my philosophy on how I wanted to practice. If I wanted to practice, I went and practiced. If I didn't want to practice, I wouldn't go at all.
Why chase club deals when you look like a goddamn NASCAR driver over here? Veritex Bank, Columbia, United Rentals, whatever the hell XPT is.
But if one of them calls, I will tattoo it on my face.
They got it here. Just make sure they all get it.
I can't see that color available. Yeah, a lot of shit.
Now I can play what I want,
Yeah, dude, of course.
It keeps Chisholm busy. Mike Chisholm busy, so that's all right.
Do you still, this far into it, enjoy? I think everyone still enjoys competing, like the tournaments. Once the tee's in the ground, the juices get going. But do you enjoy the in between events, the grinding, the practicing, like you were talking about, the physical stuff you have to do?
I do. There's times when I'm tired. I'm just like, I don't want to work out today. But when I'm home, I take a few days off to relax, not do anything. But then when I do want to go practice, I can't wait. I can't wait to go work on some things. I enjoy playing the games at Colonial and Vaquero Golf Club at home, and when I go to Royal Oak, see the guys in the men's room, and when I see Randy Smith. But it's something that I got to make sure I'm excited to go do that day. I mean, like I said, if I'm going to the golf course and something triggers my mind at home, and I'm like, I'm just not in the mood, I turn around and go home. I never go practice because I feel like I have to, and that's probably one of the reasons why it's kept me out here so long. Is when I go practice, there's meaning behind it, and there's interest, and there's love for it, and so. And to this day, I enjoyed. We got home yesterday from a little trip with Mason, my son, and Jennifer, and I couldn't wait to get to the range and spend a couple hours. So, yeah.
That's cool. One thing that I think, this is just my opinion, that's kind of really kept you going and kept pushing you along is, like, you're close with a lot of the younger generation guys. I mean, I look at you. You've played Zurich. I know we like to bust your balls about it, but you played Zurich with Jon Rahm. You're very close with Jordan Spieth. You spend a lot of time both number one in the world. I'm not sure.
There's a theme here.
Yeah, we need you to be the GM of some of the Dallas teams, which we'll get to. But I think that younger generation, you play a lot of golf with them. Scottie Scheffler, who works with Randy as well. You're around those guys, and you play a lot of time with them. And I think, in my opinion, like, they push you to keep going at 48 years old.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, the one thing you can't wait to when we go play at home with Jordan, Scottie, or if Will's playing, or even when we play home in Romo, I want to beat those guys. I mean, they're at the top of their game, and they're young, how young they are, and then it's fun to hit it out there with them, being at the age I'm at. So, but no, you're right. They playing with those guys at home and practicing with them, and being on the range with Scottie, it definitely drives me even more. And then I try to get games with Jordan on the road, even with Scottie as well. So it's nice to. I got great relationships with those guys, and it helps.
Touch on Scottie real quick, because you've worked with Randy Smith for a long time. You should touch him. Maybe some money will pop out.
No wine glasses.
No wine glasses.
No.
But you see it all the time out there working with Randy. You've 22 years on the PGA Tour. You've played with all the best. Like, what he's doing over the last year or so, like, how special is that? And can you even describe just watching him hit balls at Royal Oaks?
I mean, the things he's done, and they've put stats up next to Tiger's, it's pretty unbelievable. I mean, everybody said there'll never be another Tiger. Still won't ever be another Tiger. I think the game's too deep and too strong to win the way he did. But what you're seeing Scottie do, I think I heard his third worst finish was last week in the last 12 months of ninth place.
Ninth.
Yeah.
He made $535,000.
I
Tough
hope
week.
it- hope
Not
it's
even
okay.
worth showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's after met him in high school when he was young, and then he came back from Texas and had grown 2 feet. But just watching him progress, obviously. But yeah, it's even more fun to take Mason out there when I know Scottie's there to let Mason watch him, and I'll stop and watch as well. But yeah, what he's doing, and you can just see the focus he has and the work he puts into it. He's earning every bit of it, and it's fun to be around there and be around those guys.
And your boy, real quick, just shout out to your boy Mason, who's heading off to play college golf, right?
He just turned 18 Tuesday.
Oh,
Oh,
Took
man.
him to
God.
Choctaw Casino this weekend.
Yes.
He's a real man
You
now.
can gamble 18.
Yeah.
Of course, he and his buddies they couldn't wait to get there. So we went there Saturday night and spent a night. But it's pretty impressive. He's going to play golf at Arkansas Tech next year
Nice.
in Russellville, Arkansas. And only started playing golf his freshman year. So
Damn.
that's what's even more impressive, the rawness he has in the game and the desire from, obviously played hockey for 7 years and then one day said, I'm done. I want to play golf. I said, well, let's go. And my one thing with him was, and I was excited, obviously, but I said, buddy, I'll give you everything you need to play well and be successful with the club we're at, the equipment I'll provide you with, the tournaments. But there's one thing I'm not going to do. I can't make you work. So that's on
That's
you.
awesome.
It's
Good for
great you
him.
didn't push him though. Some people I feel like, and then it ends up backfiring. Going back to the Jordan Scottie thing, just because you knew him before the world knew them, right? You knew Scottie when he was in high school. I assume Jordan, the same thing. At any point in those young kids who are stud junior golfers, but there's a lot of those that come and go. Did you ever think like these two could potentially both be world number one?
Well, you never think about world number one. I mean, you think they're going to win a lot. I mean, I remember watching Scottie. He played the Nationwide or Korn Ferry for a while, and then he got on tour, but he never could get over the hump. And we always talked about once he wins, look out. And of course, when he had his breakthrough win, and then all of a sudden, look what he's done now. I mean, he's the guy you got when he'll be there this week. He's the guy to beat each and every week. So, and then watching Jordan. I didn't know him as well when he was a young kid. I remember sitting at Van Biesen's office, Troy Van Biesen's office, where we train and get treatment. He's one of the few guys that ever asked me a question about the tour. As many years I've been out here, nobody really asked any advice, and he actually did. And it came down to equipment and what he was thinking about playing, and so it's pretty cool to kind of talk to a younger guy like that just got us a tour card and was ready to go play. And then of course now I'm gonna ask him for advice. I think 'cause
Ask him for a loan.
yeah, exactly.
Who cares about the advice?
But no, I know it's fun watching him go through he's fun to play with him. You see it on TV, his commentary that he produces out there.
He needs to shut up or I'm going to lose my job.
But yeah, it's fun to play with him. We have a match we play on tour a lot with he and Greller and me and James played a lot where our caddies got involved. But it's pretty special to watch him. And I always told both of them, Scottie and Jordan, they won their Masters, won their majors, and I always congratulate them. But I always tell them one thing. I just always thank them for being the role model they are and who they are for Mason to look up to.
That's awesome.
And that
man.
meant a lot to me to, thank you for giving somebody like Mason to look up to like that.
Yeah,
That's
both
really
those
cool.
dudes probably two of the biggest class acts on tour, and their golf both have been world number one, but like completely different. Watching Jordan play is fun. You're like, oh, I can shoot scores even from over like the way he gets it
Frustrating.
done. And, yeah, and when he was in his chip in once around
Three
era,
here, bounce here, the bounces. Yep.
hole out birdie done.
Yeah.
Next,
It's
Yeah.
impressive.
It's fun to watch.
It's always fun. Yeah.
You mentioned Romo in some of the games you play back at home. Scotty shared some good stories about slapping him around. Does he ever win?
He got me pretty good.
There's
a
long hesitation.
No, but
I don't play them as much as those guys do, so they've got more stories than I do. But the few times it's been close actually. For obviously the shots we give Tony and the competitor he is. So we've had some fun times for sure.
how many does he get? How many does he ask for?
He gets 5.
They used to.
5 or
Did he
6.
used to ask for less?
It's usually 5 or 6 with Jordan and with all of us. So I try to get one less because I want a shot or two from Jordan and
You're
Scottie.
talking to a
trying
couple
to
guys that are scared to take shots.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get shots now from Scottie.
Oh yeah.
I think they playing in that group with y'all has just ruined his confidence. We talked to him after trial. I was like, "What's going on? We're going backwards right now." I think maybe playing with y'all might have ruined him.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
ruined
know
him,
if
but
his,
set him back.
I don't know if his focus on transcending the game like he said he was going to do and make the game so great, and he was going to be out here winning tournaments has changed. But I think he still works at it and grinds at it. I'm not sure how healthy his back is. I know he's been struggling with that, but we haven't played in a while. So, like I said, last time we played, he took advantage of me.
Hey Tony, you make 17 million working 17 weeks a year. Just stick to that. You ain't ever gonna do that in golf, my friend.
No,
His good golf is pretty good. Is good when it's all clicking. He can shoot some scores.
He can drive when he's hitting it well. He drives it. And he's got an impressive iron game for sure. He's got it. He can play well. There's no doubt about it. How he's not winning more at the Tahoe event. I guess he won the last 2 years or won.
He won a
once.
couple, and then he's been shit.
Marty
the last
Fish
couple
has
years.
kind of been taking a stranglehold.
I think Barkley
on
almost
that.
beat him last year.
Yeah, it's a tough
It was
blow.
pretty ugly.
Barkley
That's a
clipped that
phone call.
top 70 though.
Yeah.
Shout out Chuck.
But he grinds at it. The frustrating with Romo is hey, we're playing at 12, but we're actually playing at 11:30 because we got to get him there.
Yeah.
Getting him there is the hard part.
Yeah, he's not scared to show up late.
Like, what are you doing for 4 hours at home? And I guess he's doing his work and all, but
He's looking at swings on video.
we got to give him an hour notice when we're playing just to.
Picked up a Hogan tip that he saw on YouTube, and he's like, "Dude,
He's so
I've
Oh, he was so
figured
fun to
every
watch.
time is a secret."
He'd be on the floor doing the stretches at Troy's at Carroll Sport, and he'd have a video and just, hey, Palmer, look at this. Then he'd show a slow motion of this swing. Then he'd go Tiger, then Hogan, then Tiger, then Hogan, showing all the different. That's all he did is watch swings. So
I had him and Nance and some guys out at Silverleaf in September. It's 105 degrees. There's nobody on the course, and we got told we had to pick up the pace. And then he went over to the range and was helping Max with his wedge game.
he's the one guy playing.
That's nice of him.
He's the one guy playing during that round. He's got Scottie, Jordan, myself, Tiger, and Hogan all trying to figure out put that into one swing.
Yeah, it's tough how you package all that up.
He's trying to swing like 5 guys at once.
Very rarely does he not have some sort of new, like, I just figured it out.
Yeah.
Putter. You know, he went to the hockey putter for a while. I was like, dude, this has changed everything. And it's a swing thing. He loves it though.
He thinks but he's good. He definitely is. He could be really good. Yes,
His good is good.
I think his good is really good. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, while we're talking a little football, we can keep going here. We'll get to the Cowboys, I'm sure, at some
Talk
point.
Super Bowl this year?
No, but I want a little different subject here. But you're very close with Coach Sean Payton.
Yep.
Sleaze is Denver Broncos head coach. Coach Payton actually sent him a Riley Moss jersey.
Actually, yeah.
Nice.
Should have worn it, which was very
Best
nice.
player in the NFL, some people say.
But couple cool stories. One, he caddied for you at the Greenbrier, and
did.
you and I were actually partners on Tuesday. It didn't go too well for
No.
us. We would have gotten our ass chewed at halftime, put it that way.
How it happened. I forget where we were at, and James was going somewhere, and we were actually with Peyton, and we brought this idea about Sean caddying at Greenbrier, and this is before they went to Greenbrier for the training camp.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'd love to do it. So it all worked out. We get there, and it's a different around him because you know how focused and how serious and competitive he is. So we get there, and he's registering and doing all that stuff, and they give him one book, and he goes, oh, no, he needed 4 books.
One for each day.
He wanted a book for every day because he used a Sharpie where he put the pen and did his notes. And once Thursday was done, that book went away.
That's
and then
beautiful.
Friday's book. It was the same book. So,
Did they give him 4?
yeah, he had 4
that's
books. And then the practice round with Colt, obviously we were playing together. It was rainy that day, and the biggest joke was he's like, this is the dumbest job in the world. I need 3 hands to do this job. He goes, I got a bag in this hand, an umbrella in this hand, a towel in this hand. He goes, I can't do it all. I need 3 arms. And so
we played VJ and Jason Bone, and I
Yeah.
mean, we got our ass whipped so bad. We were like 6 down through 9. I was like, Coach, give me a little idea what this halftime speech would be like.
give me
He's
that
like,
pep
Bud, you don't want to hear it. It's not good.
And he gave me we were on the putting green. I was doing a putting drill Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm talkative. Coach seen me out there. I know most of the guys, and of course I'm always chatting here, chatting there, and I'm doing my drill, chatting. He comes over and goes, dude, can you just do this shit and get it over with? Quit talking to everybody. Let's get out of here. Like, okay, sorry. And so I jumped
You're
into
the
it. Yes, sir. Jumped into it. So fast forward to Thursday's round. We're going to the range, and we're walking on the range, and he goes, hang on. Here's the deal. Don't stop and talk to every single person on this range. Get up there, do your work, and let's go play off today. You talk to everybody. Don't talk to anybody today. I'm like, oh, hey, okay.
Let me tell you how the hierarchy works here, Coach.
Went serious on me there for a
You're
minute.
carrying the back.
You have things confused here.
I couldn't tell him to shut up and keep up. Let's put it that way.
He also didn't have normal caddy accommodations that week either.
No, we had a pretty nice condo.
Oh my God.
Probably wasn't too worried about the pay.
He was throwing the after parties.
Yeah.
How was he as an actual cat on the golf course? Was he getting your yardages, doing stuff?
He was good.
Nice.
He got mad one time because I walked into a big old bunker on the par 5, 16 or something like that over there.
17.
I walked in one way and walked out another one, and he was so angry.
He had to
because he had to cover those steps, these steps. Then there was the ball line, and he was panicking on that, so he had to rake that one too. So he had a little fit.
When he sets his mind to something, he's going all in.
Oh yeah,
like he ain't no shortcuts with Coach Payton.
No, but it was fun. No, but it's been so much fun getting to know him and being around the Saints a little bit there. And we played Zurich, we'd go to the facility and hang out. And
you and I went through the little recovery day.
We did some spa and some cold plunge,
God,
hot
what
plunge.
A time that was.
All that time. I was part of one of their best drafts ever, which was kind of cool.
Please share that story. You and Spieth were in the war room.
So Jordan and I,
that'd be sweet, by the way.
So Jordan and I, Growler and James, we went to the draft that Thursday night. And so we're sitting there having dinner in their cafeteria, and Drew Brees and two of his buddies walk in. So we're chatting away, and Sean said Brees never comes to the draft. So we're going there. We're sitting in the back, and of course, if you've seen a draft, imagine this big office area with tables everywhere, phones ringing off the hook, boards everywhere. So the draft's about to start, and we're sitting there, and Brees and his buddies walk in. So Sean comes over and goes, "Hey, I'm about to go tell Brees we're drafting a quarterback." This is the Mahomes draft. So he loved Mahomes because his deal was big hands. He couldn't wait to get Mahomes, and so you see him walk over there and telling Drew, "Hey, what he's doing," and of course Drew has the look on his face like, "Okay, sure, whatever," And of course the draft goes on, and of course that's when the trade happens, and Kansas City jumps up and takes Mahomes. So, but the fun part is watching him answer the phone and Mickey Loomis, "Hey, what do you got? Okay, we'll call you back. Hey, what do you got? We'll call you back," because trades are coming in left and right. And then they ended up drafting Lattimore and who was the running back?
Deuce?
No.
Oh, the Tennessee guy. Dude.
It wasn't Deuce.
Ingram. Mark Ingram?
No.
The dude from Tennessee with the nose ring.
But I can't think of his name. But
why am I on?
The defensive
he's
back,
incredible.
Lattimore, the defensive back, was one of them. Ingram. Not Ingram. Not Ingram. We just said Ingram. Kamar.
There you go.
There you go.
Kamar.
Nice
Thank
work.
you. God.
Thanks, Mark.
The following year, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Lattimore won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Worked out.
So
Wasn't quite Patrick Mahomes.
Sean said best draft they had.
What was the reaction when the trade happened and they came up and scooped Mahomes?
Nothing crazy. They just phones were ringing and they just went to work.
Yeah, I mean, at the time you don't know that you're missing like a generational guy.
No clipboards went flying or no F-bombs.
The cool part was, he's like, Brees shows up the night that my plan is to draft his replacement, or who's going to succeed Drew Brees. And I got to go over and tell the guy now.
Yeah, so for years he said Drew's never set foot in the draft room.
That's wild.
Just that 1 year.
And now Mahomes is...
He's a stud, man. What he's done with Denver that quickly. What do you think about... if you had something, go ahead.
No. I was going to piggyback off what you said. Yeah, it's fun to watch what they're doing. I mean,
we actually we matter for the first time, and he's done it quickly. And
everybody keeps comparing Nix to Brees and how he plays the game.
You should tell Coach Payton that Drew said if they draft Bo Nix, I'm going to not be a Bronco fan anymore.
It wasn't exactly that, but it's pretty close. I was like, literally any quarterback but Bo Nix.
He's like, please, dear God, just don't take Bo Nix.
I'm a Bo leaver.
Yeah.
Big time.
No, it's pretty impressive what they did. I mean, they're going to get better and better.
Yeah.
I think, and there's no doubt.
What about let's go back to the great city of Dallas. The Brian Schottenheimer hire. Where were you? What was your reaction? There's a lot to talk about in the city of Dallas sports right now.
Tickets are still, I haven't sold them yet. But I don't know. It was kind of weird, I guess, because they didn't move forward with McCarthy. So you assume somebody's coming in, but they just went with the guy that was already there that didn't call plays. So I don't know. I'm kind of.
I watch every game. I'm pretty dialed in, I feel like. It took me a second to realize Brian Schottenheimer was actually the offensive coordinator.
I honestly didn't know
because Mike McCarthy, like you said, calls all the plays. You assume the offensive coordinator. Why do we need an offensive coordinator?
What are you doing as an OC?
Because McCarthy had his play sheet that everybody made fun of, and
they
made it look like a Waffle House menu.
Yeah, that was good.
You see that one?
I like that one.
I never knew we had an OC.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
I thought the OC
that
called
seems
the
like
plays.
a pretty damn good gig, though. You're the OC. What do you do? I don't know. I don't call plays.
You don't know who Peyton's is, do you?
No,
because
No, because he
calls
calls
the
it.
plays.
Yeah, because he's the guy.
So I don't know.
it's not great for the
I
Cowboys.
don't know. We got 108 million dead money with Dak, and he can't move and run anymore probably because now he's got the hamstring plus the ankle injury he had. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Don't worry, the future's not bright.
Good news is you still have Luka.
Yep.
Oh,
Oops. No, you
Listen,
don't.
guys, Dallas is a hockey city. Okay.
yes.
What?
I'm definitely
Goes
all
through
in on
their
stars. That's yeah.
Is your Mavs allegiance, has it
I
dwindled
don't
since
have any
they
allegiance
shipped
to
the
it.
biggest superstar you've ever had out in the middle of the night while
I
everyone
don't
was
do
asleep?
NBA.
Oh, you don't at all. Anyways.
There you
Even
go.
if they're
Yeah, you
good, you
can.
go like they were finals last
Yeah,
year.
my son wanted to go.
Okay, yeah.
We went to a finals game. They're actually they are fun. I won't lie. I've been to a few finals games. Took Mason to Heat finals one year,
Yeah.
along with the Panther final back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Dude,
But,
stars are good.
Yeah, but I've always enjoyed watching hockey. NBA doesn't do it for me. Hasn't. And then I just swallow and cuss and yell at the football when Cowboys are on.
Yeah, real fan.
Yeah, it's
That's
tough
what
right now.
that's what you do.
But seriously, Dallas Stars, look out this year. They're like 15-4-1 in their last 20. They're going right now.
Are they America's team?
Well, they're Texas's team. They're
You know-
Dallas's team. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That moniker might be available
Yeah.
right now.
Let's get back to a little golf here because I know you have a lot of opinions on what's going on right now. Got this little LIV situation, which I don't know if that's ever going to get resolved. We got Justin Thomas writing a letter to all you players. Now, recently, the Seagull, Charlie Hoffman, reached out to the players and expressed his concern with everything that's going on. Where does Ryan Palmer stand on everything that's going on in the professional game right now?
I see us coming together. When I don't know, with obviously LIV and the tour. I'm curious to see where their contracts end after this year, with they're all being up in 25, is my understanding. But I'll start with the state of the tour, what we're doing and where we're headed with the obviously announcement of going to smaller fields, top 100. I've said it for 5 to 7, 8 years now. I've always been in favor of cutting cards. I've always thought there were too many players with access, too many players with a card and not enough access. And one thing that bothered me the most is when you see a young guy get a tour card and he's in Hawaii at his orientation, which I did a few of them. Yet, sorry, you can't play till February though because you're not getting in. I mean, you can remember that your first year on tour, you got in everything you wanted to. That first year on the West Coast, that's how it was in 2004 when we started. You couldn't wait to get to Hawaii. You played Hawaii, you played Palm Springs, you played San Diego, you played Phoenix. You may have gotten to LA, but you played them all.
Mhm.
And now you're telling a young kid, here's your tour, you're a rookie, your dream just came true. Yet you may not get in until Honda or Mexico now.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, I don't like, that's not what this game is about, and being a PGA Tour player. So I was in favor of that. I'm not opposed to the shortening the fields, 120 to 132 being a max field. Top 100 doesn't bother me at all. I think it's the game's gotten so deep and so strong where you want the best, and to make top 100, you got to have a pretty good year now.
Yeah.
And top 125 it seemed like a lot of guys were finishing top 120, finishing 120 to 121, keeping a card every year and playing okay. Those days are done. The days of playing average and playing okay and keeping your card are done, unless you won, obviously in the past year or two. The one thing that I'm not a big fan of is going to 100, the top 100, keep your card, 120-man fields is signature events too. I don't think that's a good product, in my opinion. I think 120-man fields with a cut is a great way to go. I could see Tiger's event in LA, Arnold's and Jack's, their fields being 100 with a cut. There's your signature events. Make their big purses even bigger.
But 100, not 70.
Correct, 100.
Yeah.
I think Memphis should be 100. I think if you finish top 100, 100 should play Memphis.
Yeah, if you keep your job, I mean, you're going to 100,
I think
you should be in the
should-
first round of the playoffs. I agree.
100%. And then you can go to 50 and 30. I think Memphis being 70 is, I know they wanted to keep in line with the signature events, whatever, but I think if you finish top 100, you had a hell of a year.
And those guys, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I thought those guys in the top 50 that are in all these, we were talking about it before we came on the show. Like, it's hard to fall out of the top 100. You can fall out of that top 70, but to fall out of the top 100 for those 50 guys, if you're in those, it's like you're almost like you got to work to get out.
Running numbers and hearing some stats, I mean, you're technically playing for 55 to 60 cards because everybody in top 50, top 70, especially top 50, they're not going to finish that top 100.
Right.
They're going to play
Yeah.
average.
0 did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
so
saying. Yeah.
you're technically playing for 50 cards, not 100. And I don't know what's wrong with a 120-man field at Pebble and the other ones besides Tiger, Jackson, Arnie's.
You have Travelers.
120-man field at a 60-man cut and play for 15, 20 million. What's wrong with that 28, 30 times a year? And guys, if you want to play, play. If you don't want to play, don't play. That's how the tour's been for years. I don't think the product was bad 5, 10 years ago. We're never going to get back to where we were 15 years ago when you were playing, we're both playing that much because the one guy's not playing. It will never go back to that. I don't care how many times, but nobody's going to dominate the way he dominated, and nobody's going to tune in the way they tuned into him.
Yeah, I haven't seen what the ratings are for Pebble yet. Obviously, we had a very good leaderboard on an iconic golf course with Rory McIlroy winning, which is huge. It should have done pretty good numbers. But for the most part, every time we've had events with no cuts, even going back to WGCs, the only reason those succeeded at all is because Tiger won them all. But when he's gone, they suck.
Yeah.
Like, you've been out there. There's no juice on Thursday, Friday. The telecast sucks. The most exciting thing early in the week is watching people try to make the cut. And now that's gone. I hate it. I think the cut's a part of the professional game.
Agreed.
And it drives me crazy. I mean, Tiger will tell you, like, one of his proudest accomplishments is that cut streak. And I know there were some events in there with no cuts, but that's still.
He wanted his tournament to be a cut. Jack wanted his tournament to be a cut. Arnold wanted a cut. And now I know he's a big part of the deal making and the decision making, and yet we still have all these signature events with no cuts. And he's not even playing in them, obviously, because he can't with his health. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them. I haven't seen it. I mean, the World Golf Championships worked. I ask this question a lot. The World Golf Championships always succeeded and worked, and the signature events have not done as well. And why? One reason why nobody can answer it. Well, one person.
Yeah.
Tiger played them and won.
Yeah, the WGCs wouldn't have worked. You can name the signature events WGCs if you want. They wouldn't work. The first year we had signature events was when everything was a full field. I mean, when Wyndham won Wells Fargo, it was a 156-man field. He wouldn't have been in the field if it was 70.
Yeah.
And every single one of them delivered, and they all had a cut, and they're great. I mean, watching, for the most part, we don't worry about our stars making cuts. And when they are around the cut line on Friday, it's a story, and it makes people tune in.
I think there's nothing better than stories of guys that have never been in that position as the stars, but come down Sunday, they're prepared to get in the final round. How's this guy going to handle playing with Rory in the final round? He finished 110th last year, but kept his card, has been battling out each and every year. That's gone. Those are gone with these events, in my opinion. And the beauty of the PGA Tour is, these rookies making it, or the future. How are we going to find that next future star when they can't get in those events? You better hope they go play well at Hawaii and Torrey and Phoenix and Scottsdale, these other ones, because they're not getting in the big events with the big guys, because the big guys aren't going to play most of them.
That's what drives me crazy.
2 tours
about a lot of the fans out there complain. They're like, you turn on the TV, you look at the leaderboard. I don't know any of these guys. I'm like, well, you also didn't really know who Scottie Scheffler was, unless you were a diehard fan. You didn't know who Scottie Scheffler was coming out of Texas. For the most part, you didn't know who Patrick Reed was. He Monday qualified into 7 tournaments his first year. These guys become stars because they work their way up and they get the mix against stars. So, like you said, imagine now with just 20 guys coming off the Corn Ferry Tour, and then not getting in any of these signature events. Like, how about how hard it's going to be to keep your card playing out of the Corn Ferry category?
I mean, fortunately, they got into Hawaii this year. They didn't get in last year, so this year they were able to get in. They've few of them. I don't know if they all got into San Diego. Maybe none of them are in this week. I don't think. Are they?
No Pebble, no Phoenix, no LA. They get 3 weeks.
0
off.
people off the Corn Ferry.
So your schedule consists of about 18 events as a rookie. I played 34 events my rookie year.
There was guys last year with signature events that earned their PGA Tour card. That there was a couple I think that played 14 and a few that played 15 for the entire season. And you got to throw in some of those are opposite field events.
Yeah, I mean, and now with the opposite field events, they may go away now. Which I would be in favor of if we went to this 120-man field and every tournament was that way and opposite fields went to the Corn Ferry. That'd be fine too. I mean, but
keep going.
But now you got to play opposite field events where the points are a third of a signature event, pretty much. I mean, what 300 to the winner versus 750. I mean, the PGA Tour is strong. Guys that win opposite field events are great players. They could be one of the best players in the next 5 years. You never know. We don't know because unless they go out and win a couple times and get in those signature events, and then if they can play their way into them. But I don't know. I've always been a fan of the cuts, like you said, and I'm not a big fan of what's going on right now.
Yeah, let me ask you this, because I would also be fine with the opposite field events going away. In my opinion, I think there's too much professional golf right now. And you've been out there 22 years. The ratings have been going down. One, because Tiger doesn't play as much as he does. But in my opinion, don't you think golf would become more popular if there was less of it? Like, once the playoffs are over at the end of August, we're done until January. Like, let's step aside and let football go. So therefore, we're away for a few months. And then when it comes back around, people are actually excited to watch golf.
That's how it was when I first started. I mean, the first tournament was in Hawaii, so you went through the season. Tour championship was in October, or whatever, and that was it.
Mhm.
Or maybe first part of September. Well, you had 3 months off of no golf. Maybe the silly season events they had in December, and then come around, Hawaii kicked off at Sony or Century and in Maui, and then Sony Open. Of course, everybody was geared up and ready to go because nobody's seen each other. Now, when you show up at Sony, you saw them a month ago because you just got through playing the fall season as well. So I think it could be heading that direction. Whatever happens with LIV and the tour coming together, you could probably see more tournaments going away. We lost Vegas this year, which is very
Been there
disappointing.
forever.
It's been there for how long?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think if you had a 25 tournament schedule with 120 man fields, like you said, and you're doing 100 cards, 120 man fields, maybe Tiger, Jack, and Arnold's tournament are special and it's 90 or 100 man fields just because you got to play your way into
Even the
those.
players, make those four.
Yeah.
Make the
But you have
players.
25 events. Therefore, every single week is huge. You get off to a slow start,
And guys-
you're starting to panic a little
And
bit.
then the top guys can't afford to miss if they're not playing as well. I mean, call it 25, 28, 30, whatever. Yeah. And then, you have your 3 invitationals and maybe throw the players in there. Top 100 make the players.
25, and you're getting your stars probably 20 weeks of the year.
And make these guys play different events. And they keep saying we want guys to play more together. Well, you're getting that, but you're not getting what you want out of it, I don't think. And the ratings are down on TV. I mean, people are watching on streaming devices, obviously, and I don't think it's easy to follow or calculate who's watching on a phone or iPad. But that's my opinion. Everybody's got their own on what they think. I think signature events, they aren't really working the way they thought. So I'm hoping something they look at too. We'll see.
And when LIV came out and it was like, hey, no cuts, 54, they're like, this is what makes the PGA Tour great. Nothing's given. You have to earn it. It's just feel like they've just walked back like 90% of the stuff that they said that what differentiates the PGA. No guaranteed money. Got to earn it. Keep your spot every. Now it's like, kidding. No cuts. These 50 are for sure staying on. We're going to shovel money at everyone.
Kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Obviously, LIV caused that. I mean, now,
Exactly.
in my opinion, it's turned into money first, play later. It's not. I'm not playing unless I'm guaranteed to play for $30 million at a signature event. To me, that's not how the game. That's what's so unique about the game of golf. It's so individual, and you earned every single thing you did. That's why you worked and played. You didn't take days off but now it's. I don't know. It just seems like it's being given more than earned at times.
One last thing before we get to the E9, pace of play people act like it's just become a very popular topic recently. It's been a popular topic for a very long time. But what are your thoughts on what's going on out there? I mean, we're talking 5 hours, 39 minutes at the Amex to play, 5 hours, 20 minutes on Saturday, the final round of the Farmers. Like, it's just not good right now.
No, and you can take away, I guess, was that on Sunday at Amex?
Sunday at Amex was 5:39.
And the golf course had a little bit to do with that, those greens. But yeah, no, it's always been a topic. I mean, the slow play, it's not going to be fixed. I mean, the guys are playing for a lot of money for points, and especially it's going to even be more pressure now to finish top 100 and the amount of money being played for. But they fine you for slow play, or if you get so many times, and at the end of the day, nobody cares about the fines. I mean, they're going to pay them and move on. Then that's not going to bother anybody. You want guys to play fast, strokes, deduct a significant amount of points. I mean,
that was going to be my question. What if instead of money, it's you lose FedEx Cup points?
Would you rather lose 100 points or get stroked?
Oh, I mean, they could be the same. It
Exactly.
just
If you
depends.
lose a start, the next one you're committed to.
Ooh.
I mean, suspensions. I don't know if I don't think it can go as far as suspensions. Strokes maybe. And Charlie made a good point on that. Obviously when he talked about it, it's guys being ready. I mean, I've played with numerous guys, and I haven't been the fastest in the last few years. I mean, I guess I'm just getting older and slower. It's like you can watch guys and they're not ready. And when it's their turn, then they start talking about it. Then they start going through half the time I've got a club in my hand waiting to go. And then my routine may be a little slower. And the other thing that speeds up, I think, could speed up is I think aim point's awful.
Aim point sucks. By the way, if you look at the stats, it hasn't helped putting.
Yeah, who's gotten better with that?
I think that is number one as far as on greens, the straddle on the line, back and forth, the caddy straddle on the line. I mean, you can watch a guy that both straddle line. They're taking over a minute and a minute to putt, half time.
Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
To me, I think that's another point, but it's a struggle. Charlie and I, we talked about it last night, and we've talked about it for years now. I mean, it's been a topic, and if they want to bring in a shot clock, great. You're talking about manpower, money. I mean, spending.
Talking about players bitching, saying you started it
When does
early.
the clock start?
You're at the mercy of with our time par now and all that stuff. You're at the mercy of the volunteer with the handheld. They press it when it's your turn. They stop it when you've hit. So, but other than that, I mean, guys just being more ready to play. Less players, maybe. I mean, I don't know if that means that helps being 120-man fields. Could it? Does Colonial play? Well, Colonial plays fast because it's short and not short, but it tees and greens next to each other. Hilton Head, they may play a little quicker because of that. When you have the 100-man fields, 120-man fields, do those rounds take longer or shorter? I don't know.
They shouldn't here. I mean, with 120, you have 60 in each wave. Yeah. You have 30 on each side of the golf course. Like, you're never going to run into each other. So, like, there's saying that's too many is just ridiculous. Yeah. And then you cut to 60, then you're the same way. Yeah, 30 on each side of the golf course.
They're still going to play at their pace. And then I saw something about lasers. Lasers ain't going to make
it's not.
They're not going to make any faster because guys are going to shoot it. You have 130. Well, hang on. We got this. What do you think about this? Where's the wind? Oh, I think this club. No, this club. I mean, they're going back and forth still. Whether they shoot the yards or not. I mean, it's not.
The only time it helps is if you hit one way offline.
Yeah.
And there's no sprinklers over there.
And that's why that's I'm going to text you. Has anybody found out, has the PGA ever put out the stats? Because they did it for a few years. Did they play slower or faster? I don't know.
You just look at the weekends that they have right now with cuts. We just mentioned Amex, 540 to play PGA West in a dome with 0 wind and 0 rough, more or less. Like, there weren't that many guys on the course at that time. They still found a way to play slow as shit.
It's hard. I mean, it's a grind. I mean, guys are playing, like I said, now they're playing for 100 cards. I mean, I think guys are going to play slower because of that reason.
Yeah.
And they've lessened the fines. Fines are less now.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
I think that's going to.
But the pace, I mean, I just wish everyone would realize, like, this hurts the product. I mean, the amount of people that call into our show or you get tweets, it's like, these guys take too long. It's not fun to watch. I mean, for us at CBS, when we go into our main television broadcast window, I know Frank Noblo told us when he started, it used to come on, the leaders would be on hole 3 or 4. Now it's hole 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah.
Like, so it's changed over the time. And trust me, we want to show more holes. We want to show you every bit of golf we can. But when it takes 5.5 hours, it's kind of hard. No, that's an expensive window on CBS.
Yeah, it's I have a lot of chats with Ken Tackett, one of our head tours officials, a lot about it, and that's just hard to figure out what we can to make it happen. I mean,
come on, Tackett, get their ass moving.
I think we just fixed it. If they just listen to this last 20 minutes, we fixed golf.
Would a shot clock help? I don't know. I mean,
that's hard to execute.
They're watching TGL.
It's not TGL.
The shot clock there, that doesn't mean anything because they're not doing anything. I mean,
they're all stand there and
they're just getting up and hitting it. Yeah. So the shot clock really doesn't mean anything. No. Tiger got stroked or something or popped.
Tiger's the only guy to get popped. That's beautiful. It's his league. It's his golf world. All this shit that's happening because of it.
Popped.
Ding him.
Him and Hao Tong Lee, last two to get penalized for slow play.
I think penalizing will.
I do too.
Could it? I don't know.
Well, one, you got to change the policy. I said it last week. You got to go through 4 steps before you get struck. Like, you got to fuck up 4 times.
You got to really,
you got to
really be bad.
Yeah, I don't care how slow you are. Once you get, hey, you need to pick it up. Hey, you're on the clock. Hey, that was your first bad one. Your next one's a stroke. It's like, okay, cool. I'm good.
And then the round's over.
Yeah.
Here's your warning. Next bad time, there's one.
Yeah, I think that's what
It's pretty easy. They just have to want to do it.
Here's your warning. You're being timed. Maybe second bad time. I think the first bad time could be, but hey guys, you're on the clock. Hey, you just got a bad time. Come around the back 9. That's number 2.
You know what's good news for you? 2 more years, Champions Tour. They buzz around. You know what I mean? Are you excited to play it?
And they're buzzed.
Yeah, it just sounds like the greatest tour. But I just want to identify as 50 and go start trying out.
Wait. I mean, I can't wait. I mean, I still feel like I can still play out here a little bit. I believe in that, it's gonna be fun. September of 26. Not that I'm counting or anything, but yeah, no, it. As long as I'm healthy and loving the game, like I've talked about, there's no doubt I'll play it for sure. And there's a lot of guys out there that I've played for years with on the PGA Tour that'll be fun to see again. And Zach Johnson will be out there at the same time. Charlie Hoffman will be right there. Tiger talking about playing a lot.
Yeah.
Earnhardt will be 70 and beating your ass.
Probably so.
Yeah.
He and his 10 head
You got-
covers. And
there's a
Freddie's
ni-
head covers.
There's a nice
Freddie's-
little class coming in to
Yeah.
Champions Tour.
Yeah, no,
a little
it-
influx. There's gonna be some guys.
I'm curious if I've heard numerous that Tiger's talked about it and
Yeah.
play some. So yeah, I think maybe following the Champions Tour then instead.
It sounds like
ratings
a
might be
hell
more.
of a-
Yeah.
I'd sign up for it quick.
But I'm excited about it. It's something I've earned. I think playing as long as I have, and I've earned that right to join them and enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to the
As you
E9.
should.
Have some fun here. First one, you can be anybody else for a day.
For a day.
For a day. Anyone in the history of time, you just get to walk in their shoes for one day. Who would Ryan Palmer choose?
Oh gosh, like in the what kind of moment are they in? Is it?
Whatever you want
We've
it to
had
be.
we
It's your
had a
moment.
range from like Jesus to Garth Brooks. I think has been the spectrum.
I'm a huge country fan. I love watching guys perform, being on stage, but I couldn't imagine walking into Vegas ready to walk out as George Strait does every time.
King.
He's a good one. Good
I've always
show.
said
By the
if
way,
I-
he
if I
plays
did
for
something
3 hours
different,
and you know them all.
A performer on stage with a guitar would be my.
All right.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're George, you only get to play half your number one hits one night because then he comes back the other
Good
night
news
and plays
is you
the
can do
rest
the
of
other
them.
one the
I
next
think it's a good
night.
problem to have.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. How old is he now?
70?
70?
Yeah.
Still going, still.
Can I get a quick George Strait story real quick?
Yeah, of
we got
course.
time. So
Love the King.
I played the member guest with my business partner, business manager Sean Gosden at Cordillera Ranch in San Antonio, and we played the member guest, so we got put in a shootout. Well, George played that year, and I never met George, so he's my second starstruck moment I've ever had in my life and my
Was this
career.
one?
Yeah, this is one of them. So we show up, we're playing a 4-man shootout, A, B, C, D player, and they put me and George and a couple other guys together. So we get on this par 4, and I hit this shot right in the weeds. And so it's a shootout, so teams get knocked out. Well, this team already duffed it in the water, did all this. They're pretty much done. We just got to finish the hole. And we're in this, hey, it's about up to our shins or whatever, and we get down there about 170 to the hole. And George is in there looking at it. He's got like 6 or 7 iron out going, yeah, I think I can get this. It's about 130 to carry the little creek, 170 to the hole. And I go, hey, George, if we pop out here and just chip out, all we got to do is finish the hole, and we're moving on. Yeah, but I think I can hit this shot. And I'm like, yeah, but let's just do this. So fine, back and forth 2 more times. I go, George, let me tell you something. I don't really give a shit how many number one hits you have. I've been on tour for 15 years. I can't hit this shot. Chip out. He goes,
Yes,
Good
sir.
left.
Yeah. I love it.
so, yeah. So,
That's beautiful.
Take a
He
page
is the
out of
man.
Peyton's book.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how this is going to go, George. Okay?
so, there's my George story.
All due
Sorry.
respect, chip the fuck out.
Yep.
I'm going to finish the hole.
That's great.
That's nice. All right, we'll stay on the country music theme since you said that. Give me the best country song that features Amarillo in the title or in the lyrics. There's a bunch, by the way.
Is it really one question?
I think there's 2.
There's one, really. I mean, there's 2. 2 of my favorites, obviously, Amarillo by Morning, George Strait, but Amarillo Sky, Jason Aldean.
There you go. Yeah.
Amarillo Sky's sick.
It's so good.
There's a lot of, they get shouted out a lot.
We can stay on the Amarillo topic too for my next one. Professional golfer. We can go outside of the PGA Tour. Professional golfer who best has the chance to take down the Big Texan Challenge out in Amarillo. For those that don't know, that's eat a 72-ounce steak, a shrimp cocktail, a baked potato, salad, and roll.
Which tour player?
Which tour player has the best chance? And you have to do it in an hour, and you have to keep it down, or else you have to pay for it.
And if you win, listen to what you get.
No bill.
A free meal.
Free meal.
And
Exactly.
fucked up intestines
Been there
for the
once,
rest.
never
Yeah.
seen it done. Of guys I know,
72-ounce steak.
this is going to surprise you because I've seen how they eat. I think I would put Zach Johnson up there
Whoa.
What?
because he likes to eat, and Lucas Glover.
I'll take LG over Zach.
Yeah. But as far I haven't been around any other guys that have.
First, I don't know who the hell.
Lucas
Lucas
got
Obviously,
more room.
We can go with some of the bigger guys. Don't get me wrong. I mean, who we could pick, but
Just
I don't know.
imagine 9 8-ounce fillets you got to take down.
That's people accomplish this. Well, along by the way, baked potato and whatever,
Yeah.
shrimp
Shrimp
cocktail.
cocktail,
Yeah,
salad,
throw some sides in there.
bread.
Yeah, do people achieve this?
This is a big deal out in Amarillo.
They got a lot of cool
I mean,
shit
could name-
going on.
I don't know. Other than that,
I didn't look up to see how many people have done it, but I'm sure many people
I'd
have.
have to see. Yeah, I've never been around guys that watch them eat, so I can't. It's hard to.
I'll tell you what, Joey Chestnut walks in the building, they're like, we're fucked.
About to lose some money
deal.
tonight.
Yeah.
No deal.
Yo, you're not welcome.
About to lose.
No professional eaters
Zach's
in our
gonna kill me
restaurant.
for saying his name, probably, but
No,
I would have
that's
never
all
wouldn't have him in my top 50 if you
Well, no,
of names I expected.
He
Pound for pound, he can eat.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, one of the best eaters.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to stay with the Amarillo theme here, just since we're on it right now. October 17th, 2022. You know where I'm going here? The mayor of Amarillo announced that it was officially Ryan Palmer Day in Amarillo. What happens? What would you like everyone to do in Amarillo on Ryan Palmer Day?
Oh man,
That's a nice your own day,
it
dude.
was a special when they did that during the Texas Golf Hall of Fame induction.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Texas Golf Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we had a big chamber party with the Coors Cowboy Club, toasting to my dad, Coors Light.
Coors
Beautiful.
Light. Gotta have some Coors
I like,
Light.
yeah, gotta have Coors
Yeah.
Light. Hit some knockdowns.
Or a Yellow Belly, Coors Original. So, yeah.
Is Coors Light your go-to?
It is. I'm not afraid to have a Yellow Belly every now and then. I enjoy those. So, but I've definitely been a Coors Light since my days.
Cold beer.
Let me ask you this, because we talked about Chad Campbell earlier. Who can take down more Coors Lights, Chad Campbell or his old caddy Judd?
Oh,
Them boys.
That is a good contest there.
What are we talking? How many in a sitting?
Definitely Judd.
Dude, these boys,
How many?
I mean, they're grilling steaks and they each have 24
That's
beers.
Judd. Yeah, Judd. So Judd drove me to practice. He was a senior. I was a freshman at Emerald High on the golf team, and he used to drive me in his white Saab to practice every day.
I got a text the other day from Chad Campbell. Hadn't heard from him in ages, and I invited him on the pod.
Oh,
And
nice.
his mini tour stories could be
Yeah, he
all
was
time.
the best. I mean, yeah, but I'd go with Judd over Chad.
All right, I like that. All right. Well, we're all big team guys here. You got the Zurich. We like the Cowboys, the Broncos, all this. But what brings a team together more? The Mohegan Sun or Skittles and Popeye's chicken?
Ooh,
Skittles and Popeyes, huh?
the Skittles story.
Those are a nice compliment.
Mohegan Sun's a nice place.
Oh, our team building.
Yeah.
James and I had our team building at Mohegan after Travers one year. That's a pretty big night because I went on some fun tournaments playing well after that. So
Heard you turned 1,000 into like 40 playing some blackjack.
I think we won 30. James and I did, but that was we had a little team building exercise, he called it, and it seemed to work.
Good place to build
And then
chemistry.
I couldn't make a putt, so somehow Skittles got involved at the Zurich with Jon Rahm, and James was feeding me Skittles for every birdie I made, and
You're like
then
sugar high
Marshawn
there.
Lynch. You're like a little baby
Then of
Marshawn.
course our winner's meal was in a Popeyes.
Y'all's okay. Hold on, whoa. You and Jon Rahm win in New Orleans, one of the greatest food cities in the world, and you had Popeye's chicken.
Louisiana kitchen. Isn't
I
that what it
don't
is?
give a shit, Ryan.
We were going home. We were
go to
flying home.
Emeralds, anywhere. Who cares? Just
Well, he said he gets it every time. So we walked in this Popeyes, both wearing our belt that they gave us, and
I promise you, they had no clue what the hell those belts were.
Yeah, but the 4 cop cars pulled in with us.
Oh, nice.
That was the best part. The police escort. Mason was with us. He thought it was the coolest thing he's ever seen. And so we got in there, got a bunch of chicken, got in the car, went to the plane, and flew home.
Rahm would be in the runnings for guys most likely to complete the Texan.
He's the one that
was it
mentioned
called
it.
Texan
Yeah.
Challenge or whatever?
Oh, I could see him doing
Yeah,
that.
he can
Homeboy
eat.
can
But
eat.
Yeah.
the Popeyes was him. He said, I get Popeyes every year this week, and I take it, fly home.
Yeah,
Respect.
So maybe that's his style
could
of
just-
Louisiana cooking.
He could just buy Popeyes.
See, I'm
now.
going to Desi Vegas and having my strip there.
Yeah.
That's my
Desi
New
Vegas,
Orleans.
Clancy's. I mean, there's everything.
We'll see you soon, Desi. That's for sure.
I love that week.
Yeah, that's an eating week.
You're playing. I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I don't drive
There's
to the
more
golf
on the
course that
table.
week.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan. Go back in time here with me. You're 18 years old. You get to go to college anywhere in the state of Texas to play golf, but you can't choose A&M. Where do you go?
Wow.
Yeah. See what we come up with here. Can't say North Texas. You went there. That's off.
Mean Green.
Super mean.
If I'm sending somebody, if I'm 18, going to play golf in Texas, you know what? I'd probably know the kind of courses that are around town and the facilities. I'd probably be a Mustang.
Oh,
God, you were saying all the right shit, and then you went to the opposite. 100%, dude. Bringing forward, play Colonial all the time.
Colonial. I'd probably transfer to TCU.
There you go. Spend one semester out there.
I'd go to Portal.
Yeah, you're a Coors Light drinker.
Yeah, I'd go to SMU and realize I'm a more Fort Worth guy. Then I'd go to TCU.
Yeah, you got to have the button-up, gelled-up hair, all the douchey shit. Yeah, you come to Fort Worth, Colonial, you can just be yourself.
You'll be honing your game at Top Golf. I mean, I actually like Fort Worth.
All right, he's transferred. Yeah, you're way more a Fort Worth guy.
I agree
with
that.
On the west side. I live on the west side tracks, and I stay west.
If you had told your coach Montague, maybe that kid could play a little. Could have been a Horned Frog because they have a Mustang.
You didn't have that
turned out. Yeah, obviously not.
I just know Colt went there. That's why I said it.
Okay.
All right, next one. Has anyone relied on a caddy more than you did at the 2011 Byron Nelson?
That's a good one. You probably don't know the last shot I hit, though.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went in the water.
No, to get to the playoff.
The last shot you hit went in the water.
Well, no, I didn't. I tapped in for 5 and lost.
Okay. Anyway, tell the story about how this whole week came, because you didn't have the best record at the Byron Nelson.
No, struggled for years. And so 11 comes around, and Randy Smith and James, and we're talking, and we're trying to figure out how do we play this week at Las Colinas. So somehow we came up with the idea, James, just call the shot and I'll hit it, because I can't stand this golf course. I can't play it. So we literally started on Wednesday. James would pick the spot, pick the shot, give me the club, and I'd hit it. This went on for every hole. Of course, I did it all chipping and putting, but so fast forward, I'm in contention. 3-putt 17. I'm in the final group, and I'm tied for the lead. No, I'm one back. I 3-putt 17. I'm one back going 18. We get up there. James goes, here, you got to hit the driver. You got to fade it into that bunker. We got to make birdie. Wind's off the left coming into us, so get up there, smoke it. We get down there, that back left pin over the water on 18, 106 to the hole. And I'm sitting there waiting like I'd been every shot from day one, from Thursday on. Waiting, gets the number 106, obviously wins off the left. So I'm sitting there waiting for the club and the decision. He goes, well, pro, you've done this 100 times. This is on you.
For 71 holes, it was on him.
71 holes on a tee shot, he called it. And then I'm sitting in the fairway having to make birdie for a playoff. He goes, this is on you. You've done this 100 times. I said, what we got? What do you think?
Yeah.
I'd say aim right at it.
Pull the wedge, hit it to 8 feet behind the hole, make the putt, and we go to the playoff. And then I set Keegan off onto his season, and he won the PGA that year. So I kind of
props to you.
Was there any point during the week where he told you, he's like, hey, I like 7-iron here or whatever, and you were like, are you out of your mind?
No, I don't recall any moments like that, but it really was moments where he'd go, I think you need to fight this 7-iron at that tree. And if it draws great, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So that's what I did. And it just one week where it worked. We tried it at the Players, not so much. Didn't work.
Yeah, I remember working with Randy. Those were the two, Byron Nelson and Players. You're like, I can't play these two places.
We tried it the following, and when the Players the whole schedule was different, and yeah, it didn't work as much at the Players.
All right.
But that was
good guy to have steering you around, though.
He did it for 71 holes and 1 tee shot, and then left me hanging. Left me high and dry.
I've done all I can for you, boss. I got you here. Yeah. You didn't consult me on that 3-whack.
But the best comment was, so what do you think?
Yeah. James is a beauty.
So, how many club championships he won at Colonial?
Won 3.
He's good.
Oh, another one he did to me at Colonial. I was on the back 9. I finished on 9 on Thursday or Friday. Can't remember what day, what year it was, but I'm sitting there and I think I'm 7 or 8 under, maybe 7 under. And I'm sitting at 100 yards from the hole. He goes, hey, just think, if you make birdie here, you tie my low round. And you never shot that low. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Watch this.
Have you ever played Colonial with James?
Hit it to 3
Not
feet,
with James,
make birdie.
No. James makes Bruce Litsky look like he hits a draw.
Oh, so is that right?
James on 10 steps up a driver and hits it over the brick wall that's just to the left of the tee there.
Green almost.
Oh, yeah, and slices it back.
Brings it back to the right side.
He's a shot maker.
Yeah. He's a Sahali guy.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Oh, boy.
That'd be fun.
Right. You got any more?
I got the last one. All right. You get to choose one PGA Tour player who is an alum or played at the University of Texas to be a yell leader at A&M for 1 week, an entire start to finish. Who are you picking? Who makes the best yell leader?
Oh, Jordan.
That'd be so good.
You got the nice golden hair combed over.
Overalls for the look nice in them.
George's perfect.
What do y'all do? What's y'all's little chant y'all do down there?
They got some
yell practice?
Yeah, and then they do this instead of booing and all kinds of weird shit.
That's when they don't like the good calls, the sissing, whatever they do. But I mean, there's a bunch of yells. I mean,
Yeah, McAfee did.
That would be a
few of them
great
in
bet for
game
you.
day.
I don't know what you would have to put on the line to do that, but like, here's the
think
bet.
Jordan
You
would
gotta
be a great
video it. Put it
Or
out.
Cody Gribble. He'd have been a good one too.
I'd rather see Jordan do
But
it.
Jordan-
People would actually know who that is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cody.
But I think
Damn, Cody built the University of Texas golf program.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's true.
think Jordan would be a great yell leader.
I think you would too. Can we do that somehow? Get a wager.
Get the white
Something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, make it so if you lose, you got to film yourself doing the yells.
All right, last one. Who's shittier in playoffs, you or the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, Jesus, Ryan.
0-3 in playoffs,
Oh,
Ryan.
playoffs. Oh, I thought playoffs. I've played.
Yeah,
I've had some
no,
good success in
no,
the playoffs.
in actual
but
playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 0-3. So I've been in 3 of them, but
Who wins a playoff game next, you or the Dallas Cowboys? Hopefully you.
ooh, that's
Yeah.
I made
They have
that
way more
myself.
chances, but hopefully
They've
you.
won 4 in the last 28 years.
Yeah,
Yet they're not in a drought, according to one of our executives.
Yeah, I would. Let's not listen to them.
Yeah. I would go with myself.
yeah, you've won the same
You
amount.
haven't won any.
You've won the same amount
No, you
last
said
time.
who'd win the next playoff?
Oh, you win the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I
That's
win.
I think you got like
first.
7 years to get it done
Yeah.
based on the decisions
Okay.
y'all are making.
Okay. I think you definitely have a bye year next year where it's all on you because I don't think they're getting in there
Yeah, you
next
get a
year.
free pass for sure.
I'm hoping I'm wrong because I still wear the star. I'm still proud.
I know. I'm
Proud
with
Cowboy, and I always will be. So let's hope next year. Hey, we're winning the Super Bowl right now. Remember that?
you. Micah Parsons.
every year.
Micah Parsons said it like a week after the season, like we're winning the Super Bowl next year. I'm like, yeah. Looks
saw
like
that.
we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
11 runner-ups though too. I didn't realize you had that many.
You're like Jack.
I did. Oh, I didn't know either. But yeah, I've had 2 here.
Yeah, Phoenix.
So
We're filming this right now, week of WM Phoenix
2 of
Open.
those. I've had a 5th here, so I've had some success here. Made it 8 on 15, down by 1 to JB. That kind of derailed that chance.
Oh, is that right? That was the year he hit the absolute
The year they
missile
put the-
off
they
of
put the
18.
plaque on
There's a
18,
plaque there.
yeah.
I'm just like, is this? I mean, it's sandwich.
So yeah, I've enjoyed success here. I've always been a fan of coming here and playing, and
Yeah, the fans like you too because you bribe them. You throw
the
them.
money balls are
golf
coming
balls.
back.
Are the money balls back?
Money balls are back.
Oh God, it's gonna be a riot out there.
I do have to just give a shout out just because I know he likes to listen. But you and I both have had the same partner at AT&T Pebble Beach in the years, Finn Ewing, who gave one of the all-time interviews on CBS on Saturday. Walking down there, they were Finn always gets on because
They let him play again.
no, this was when he was
Oh,
with
okay.
you. They were interviewing him talking. He's like, oh, your partner this week. He's like, yeah, I signed up and they told me that I was playing with Palmer. I was thinking Arnold Palmer, not this hillbilly from Amarillo on national television. Yep.
Oh, Finn,
It's good to have friends. Good to have friends.
He's a
We
beauty.
could go on and probably not appropriate about him, but we love
He
him.
comes up a lot on this
Yeah,
actually.
he actually wants to be a guest.
which we
How has he
should
not been
do.
a guest?
We got to get a booster chair in there so we can get up the microphone and then
We
we'll get
we
him.
got some chairs that go up
Yeah.
and down, a little high chair.
But RP, you're the man. Thank you so
Sir.
much for joining us. That was a lot of fun, and I know you're not done yet, but it's been a hell of a career, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll do it again.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate it.
Love it. All right, that was Ryan Palmer joining us on Golf Subpar. What a beauty, dude. Love that man. It's so cool to see his career. I mean, starting Hooters Tour, going to the then nationwide tour, and then 20 years plus on the PGA Tour, over 500 events. It's been a hell of a run for Ryan Palmer, man. Love that guy.
Yeah, the man has dug it out of the dirt. I have a soft spot in my heart for anyone that comes off the Jicky circuit and doesn't just rise to the top. He's done it. He's had some Popeyes along the way. He's slept in some shitty hotels, and he's had a hell of a long run on the PGA Tour and Champions Tour. I would assume that he will be a force as soon as that gets kicked off.
Yep. Special thanks to him for joining us. Always fun catching up with RP. And just a little heads up, we got a beautiful one coming next week for you.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
It's going to be special. Don't want to spoil it because you never know what can happen.
That's
But
one way to put
we
it.
got one lined up you might like.
No question about it.
And we got a very special video coming your way. We've got something exciting coming for Subpar listeners. We spent a day riding the sand rails with NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. I've never been more scared in my life. It was insane. You might have puked a little, but
Allegedly.
the video is epic.
But not allegedly, because actually Kyle, has it on his iPhone. Hopefully that's tucked away somewhere. But shout out to Zone Nicotine, one of the best sponsors in the game. But also warning, This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale is prohibited. Introducing Zone nicotine pouches, the perfect balance of unparalleled comfort, longer lasting flavor, and nicotine that satisfies. Whether you're zoning in for an important putt or zoning out after a tough day at work, Zone gets you there faster and keeps you there longer. Available in 7 flavors and in 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Find Zone at zonepouches.com and retailers near you. Own your Zone with Zone nicotine pouches.
Yeah, and stay tuned to Subpar and golf.com for the full video coming to you in the next few weeks. Also, make sure you go download that Fanatics Sportsbook app. Follow along with us, fire some bets. Thank God football's over. Might save us some money.
Time for an IV.
All right. Hope y'all had fun out at the WM Phoenix Open. Thanks to everybody that said hi, and we'll talk to you next week on Golf Subpar.